I was completely positive that I was going to have a great time writing over Thanksgiving break because I had every intention of writing in the car while we were traveling to and from Houston. It should have given me like 8 hours of writing time there and back because the trip was like 11, 12 hours either direction. So, even giving myself breaks, I should have had hours and hours of writing time. And instead, the day that we were leaving, I managed to injure my hand and it hurt to move my fingers whatsoever. I could not type. So here we are. We are a week into December. My hand, I can finally move it again. For like a whole week, I had just terrible bruising and swelling in my hand. I could not move my fingers. I could not make a fist. I could not type. I couldn't stand any kind of pressure against my fingertips. So it's like I couldn't even use my phone. I couldn't scroll on my phone because it hurt my hand. So I had really hoped to be, several thousand words into my next book, and I have not even started. I have 0 words. And this is unfortunately a common issue for me because of my problems with joint hypermobility. My hands get injured very easily and they put me out of commission for pretty much everything I do. I can't write, I can't draw, I can't do any kind of like art or sewing. I can't do anything. I can't even play video games. But I was able to use a lot of that time for at least thinking through things and planning, and I'm still not totally sure how or where I need to start this book. But I'm not going to worry about that yet. I hope to at least break ground on it and get down the first sentence so that I am not staring at a blank page when I start writing on Monday. But my actual writing efforts are going to begin Monday, and that'll give me 2 weeks that I can really focus on writing before my daughter starts Christmas break, and then everything will be crazy again. So today, this is Friday the 6th. I am using this as kind of an admin and preparation day, getting things out of the way for me to be able to sit down and focus and write and not worry about anything else next week. So I need to write a blog post. I need to take inventory of the books that I have on hand and see if I need to place any more orders before the end of the year so that I can take them off of this year's taxes. I just got the bill for my city business taxes for this year, so I need to pay that. I need to evaluate a bookmark design to see if I am going to add it to a page of like bonus freebies for my newsletter subscribers that I'm setting up on my website. And of course, like recording this vlog. After that, I also need to spend some time exercising, and I just have a lot of planning that I need to do. But I also would really like to get some Christmas decorations up because this is the latest in the year it's ever been that we don't have any decorations up, and it is honestly making me very sad. So I guess first I'll run over to my desk and make sure that bill is paid, and then it's going to be time for inventory. So like my city business taxes are really low because the only thing I really use for my business is my laptop, which is, it's almost 2025. So my laptop is 8 years old, and so it has an assessed value of less than $100. So this is what I owe the city for my business operating expenses. It's $1.73 tax on the equipment used by my business, and then a $2 processing fee. Bureaucracy is ridiculous. Okay, so these are my inventory shelves. These over here are my personal books. They're like scratch and dent, slightly damaged, so not in a condition that I would sell, but they are good enough that I can use them for like making reels and things on social media. Some of the covers have gotten a little bit bent, so I may lay those down for like some maintenance just to make them look better. These over here are proofs, so I am not going to mess with those at all. So all that doesn't get counted, and then my inventory is just down here. So my inventory looks pretty good. The books that I sell the most of, obviously I have the most of. I stocked up earlier this year, so I think I'm all right. One that I may consider restocking is The Witch and the Worm. I only have 5 paperbacks left and no hardcovers left at all, aside from one damaged one that I keep for promotional purposes. I do only have 3 copies of Paragon of Shadow though, and one of the 3 is damaged. They sent me a replacement for it. So I may consider ordering a couple more copies just so that I have at least like enough to give 5 people the whole series. Because like Paragon of Fire, Paragon of Water, and Paragon of Light, I have 5 each of those, and then a lot more of Spectrum Blade because it's the series starter, so people are a lot more likely to pick up like the first book to give something a try. So I try to keep more book 1 on hand, but I probably do need to at least have enough copies for 5 people to purchase the full series so far. Another thing that I want to consider, and it's not something that I'm going to be doing right now, but at some point I want to go through my shelf and pull all of the books that are like first printing run for Serpent's Mark, because I have a few of those that I kept and have not sold. That edition had more typos that had not yet been resolved. So I want to pull those, and then any copies that just like moving them around to different events have gotten beat up and everything, and maybe do like a scratch and dent sale where I sell off some of the books that are not fantastic physical quality. And then I also have some copies of West King's Heist, like that's the old cover. I still have 4 copies of the old cover and only 1 copy of the new cover, so I need to consider if I want to get more copies of the new cover for that omnibus, or if I just want to try to sell off the old ones first. And I will say, you know, this is just the personal stock that I have solely for when I do events and whenever people contact me requesting signed copies or buy a signed copy from my website. So most of the paperbacks that I sell are going through online sales venues like Amazon, where, you know, they're not signed copies, it's just people ordering my books wherever they can get them. But also getting the local bookstore to start carrying signed copies of my books has made things a little bit easier for me because I can point people to them. So it's just really been nice to be able to take a little bit of work off myself. I do want to eventually expand my online sales, but it's not something that I'm going to be doing right away. Hi, are you wanting some snuggles? Okay, I did it. I broke ground on the new novel. It's only 135 words, but it is a start, and it gives me something to think about over the weekend while I'm gearing up to dive in and edit this chapter. Since I have set my starting point, now I just need to figure out where I'm going from here. And I think once I get this first chapter ironed out, I have a really solid outline for the first quarter of the book to, I guess, like a third of the book. So I think writing will be a lot easier once I just get through this introductory chapter. And I'm reminding myself that it doesn't even have to stay, this doesn't have to be the first chapter of the final version of the book. I will be able to go back and change it, or I can cut it completely and start somewhere else. I just need something here to get me started, and I have that now, so I'm going to work on building on it. I'm going to see where it takes me, but I'll give it time to simmer over the weekend. Hopefully I'll be able to log some good work time next week. I'm hoping to get 10K a week, which is, you know, it's only like 2,000 words a day. I think I can manage that with all the holiday, everything else going on, at least until my daughter is out of school. Once she is out of school, then everything changes, and nothing is going to be guaranteed anymore. But my goal for this month is just the 20K, and anything else that I can get after she is out of school, or if I have a good week while she is in school, then that is a gravy. I'm just trying to set better and healthier expectations for myself for the coming year, because 2025 is going to be pretty different for my writing goals, and I need to start adjusting. But I still need to get some cardio in before I go get my girl, so I'm gonna stop there and hopefully pick up next week with some great progress. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.